And I'm back with more 24KJHON transitions, because people ask me, I did get some more comments and more suggestions for more transitions I could do, so I bring you 4 more transitions that he done in the last like 3 months. The first transition's gotta be on the screen right now. It's gonna be like this kind of stairway transition, so we have 2 clips of a Squid Game in here. What you gotta do is a very easy transition to do. It's kind of combined with 2 transitions that we gotta do here. First of all, you get a black sword rail, kind of obvious, or any sword rail that you do want to get. If you want any other color, you can just choose any color, but for this purpose, we're going to do black. You want to keep on where you think the transition is going to be, so let's say here, it's in the middle of the 2 clips you're going to transition to, and you're going to position them. So you're going to go from the left or from the other direction you want to the other one. After you've done that, you just have a black sword rail moving. Obviously that's way too slow, so we're going to ease them by pressing F9 and go to the graph. Then you're going to go to speed graph and you're going to copy my settings here. You're going to do a mid graph, which most people know how to do, but at this point, if you don't, then watch the video. Anyway, after you got this, make sure the clip is basically in the middle when it switches. After you got kind of something similar to this, pre-compose the black sword rail, make sure these 2 are ticked, and add time slice to your thing, which is the thing that's gonna do the actual transition. S_time slice. What you can do here is set the slice number to 6, and that's it, that's the transition done. Obviously you can decrease the slice number and increase it into how much you want, maybe 12. There you go, that's it. Another transition that he does recently in the Squid Game edits, I'm going to do here, is kind of like a fade to black, but not exactly like a fade. Again, we gotta do a black sword rail, like always. But instead here, we're not gonna slide, we're gonna increase it a lot. There you go. The only reason we're gonna do this is because you're gonna have to mask it. So you're gonna have to go to the rectangle tool, and you're gonna have to mask a big section of the black sword rail. Then you're gonna add a feather, and as you can see, it's kind of like fading away already. And what you gotta do here is cut the black sword rail and do the same thing we did in the last transition. Move it to the left or to whatever direction you want, and move it to the other one. Then you cut it and ease it, like any other transition you would do. Make sure that in the middle, it's got to be in the middle of the transition. You can also make it bigger if it doesn't fit exactly. That's it, that's the 2 transitions done. We're going to do another one, a special one, a little bit more complicated than the other ones. It's going to be this transition, the one that kind of slides in and kind of there's a tint between the 2. What you want to do, 24KJHON does go into depth with more into how to do this, but let me do like a lot longer than how he does it. So you duplicate the second rail, right click, hit time, and freeze frame. Then after you freeze frame, you can drag it along as much as you want. It's better to go to like the fully to the next clip, and then you just cut out the excess after the clip, so you basically have the freeze frame of the second clip and then the actual clip smoothing. What then you want to do is make it smaller and put it here, so don't worry about it. Then what you gotta do is make sure that your composition's at 23.976 frames per second. Don't worry about it, we're gonna fix that in a second. Hit a rotoscope, double click your first clip and draw around your main character. Yes, we're gonna rotoscope it. Make sure that the character is like, whoever the clip is usually just like rotoscoped. You don't really care about the things he's holding because it's on the other side where you gotta put the clip. Whatever the position of the second clip is gonna be, you know what scope the position. If you're gonna put your clip here, make sure these are rotoscoped. If you go position here, then you don't really have to bother. Then you just, after you're sure that it's all rotoscoped properly, then you can just move it here to make sure everything's loaded correctly, make sure every single frame is moved. After it's done, then hit freeze. Okay. After you've done that, you're gonna see a clip with no background. That's what rotoscoping does. You're gonna duplicate this clip, and on the bottom clip, you're gonna go down to the bottom clip and delete the rotoscope brush. Don't worry, don't delete it. The top clip still has the roller brush. So what you gotta do now is get the freeze framed clip and put that in between those two clips. So as you can see, the clip is behind the salesman. Put it like here, maybe. Maybe add motion tile. Take the object, width, height too. Now you're gonna add opacity, decrease it to basically 0. And once the transition starts, you're going to put it to 100. Now, the complicated bit, you're going to use camera. The camera doesn't matter with these settings, doesn't matter. And a node object. These are important. Cut it where the opacity kind of starts. Cut these two. Cut the excess, and make sure the camera is also over the second layer, the second clip. And now you can just go back to your composition and set this to 160 FPS. What you're going to do now is you're going to pair the camera to the node object, make it 3D, make the node 3D, and make all of the layers 3D too. Now what you're going to do is open the position keyframe, go to the basically the end of this clip, and you're going to zoom in. And you're going to try to pair the camera now to the second clip. And as you can see, the salesman here, that means that you kind of have to like move it a bit. You don't want the salesman or the other character visible. You want to make sure that these lines are aligned with that, because that's basically the clip. Okay, and when you're done, it should look something like this. And make sure, as you can see now, it kind of not motion tiled. There's a black thing here when it zooms. So what you can fix that is add motion tile again to both the clips. Actually, to the bottom clip, because that's where the clip is actually. So you're gonna put motion tile there and put the width. There you go. And if it messes up like you just saw, you can just delete the kind of the frame at kind of ends. The top layer, so it kind of like blends in. So you kind of want this kind of thing, and as it kind of like goes in, you wanna like hit opacity, and you can delete the salesman here, like fade it out. Obviously this graph is horrible, as you can see. It's very basic, looks like a dill graph. So what you're gonna do, obviously, is ease it and do the mid graph. Or any graph in particular that you like. You can match it up a little bit more if you want to the lines. So okay, that's how it looks like. Pretty clean if you ask me. And now that you have this kind of clean transition that we have here, you can use this, or you can do what we're gonna do here is add adjustment layer on top of here. We're not gonna pre-compose it yet, but we are going on. So once the transition kind of starts, you can see it. You can hit make an adjustment layer till it kind of like stops. And what we're going to do here is add the time slice transition that we did in the last transition. You can increase this to like a high number. You're going to hit opacity to remove it completely. And in a couple frames later, you're going to hit 100. And then at the end also fade to 100. So now this is how it should look like. Maybe even a little bit more. Now that you have done that, you can just pre-compose the first clip here, not the second clip. You don't need the second clip pre-composed. Pre-compose all of this, and as the time slice transition starts, you want to add adjustment layer and add tint. You can find this in After Effects, not the plugin or anything. Turn to red, keyframe and tint to 0. And as it kind of goes in here, you want to put this higher to like 60%. And as it fades out, you want to do it 0%. You can also add a shake to this, so you can duplicate this layer, put it down, delete the tint, and put a shake. So S shake, S underscore shake. Put the frequency to like 2, I think. and keyframe amplitude, so 0, and open tint to see where the middle is. Put 0.7 and back to 0. Okay, you can I changed the frequency to 5.6. So in the middle it's 0.7. What you can do now is just like ease the shakes. Open the graph editor and copy my graph here. So what you want to do is kind of like make sure these are like kind of going in and out of each other. Just copy my graph. Again, speed graph, not value graph. The harder the graph is gonna look harder with the shake, so that's it. I know there's some glitching going on. You can probably cut that out. Or that'll probably disappear with rendering. If I put it to the full resolution, yeah, kind of removed it. So if you render it, it probably would cut these things out. It just rendering issues, I think. Or you can move this out. You can also add glitch to this. So what we are gonna do is this glitch thing that 24KJHON did a couple months ago with a slight transition. We gotta do that now. I'm gonna keep this, and I'm gonna put on top of this because it looks good with this. So what I do recommend is making a new adjustment layer. And what you're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you to use the 24KJHON shake and 24KJHON glitchify. You can find this on his channel from his tutorial video a couple months ago, from probably January. It is on his YouTube channel, but if you are interested, you can probably DM me on Discord, MrBit_100, and I'll probably give it to you. It is a 24KJHON preset which you can find on his channel again. So you know, if you are using his resolution, by the way, of 1830 by 1080, you're gonna have to change the transform glitch thing to 665 540 on the position thing to fit it in the composition that he uses now. But yeah, that's it. So after you do that, you kind of want to match it up. And after you do that, you're gonna do one more thing. You're gonna add a lens blur. You can find this on the channel on my Discord server. Again, most presets and most things for my tutorials are on my Discord server. So if you are interested for any plugins, presets, or any 24KJHON preset that you do have, or any problems that you do have with my tutorials, the Discord server is the best place for that information. But if you don't want to do that, you can just search up lens blur or bokeh, OBS lens blur, not OBS lens blur, BC OBS lens blur. There you go. Add this to 0%, add this to 3 sides, 0. In the middle is going to be 56. And at the end it's going to be 0 again. So now I'm going to show you how it looks like. There you go. Obviously this can be longer if you want. Obviously this is just a very short transition. The longer you have it, probably looks better with the graphing and stuff like that. But obviously that's up to you and your clips. So yeah. I am gonna try to do more text. I know I abandoned the tutorials for a while, but yeah, if you do have any ideas, please go to my Discord server. There's a suggestion tab, and you can ask me the questions or tutorials that you do want to make. There is a text tutorial that I'm gonna make soon. I know people want more text transitions, but yeah, these are the more new 24KJHON transitions he does use. He doesn't use it a lot often. I know he uses CC white time a lot nowadays. So yeah. But that is pretty the recent ones that he does use and are pretty complicated to use. What else you can do is the rotoscoped layer. You can cut it like halfway through that. Yeah, I think this one. Once you hit that, you want to go drop shadow, 100% softness. There you go. So kind of there's like a drop shadow behind them. But yeah, if you have any more questions, again, ask me on the Discord server. If you are interested in the text that I have done for 24KJHON, page is in the description and on my bio. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, obviously. But yeah, see ya. Well, I will make more tutorials, trust me.